temulichitiwa mu magezi gange yade yamanyi kuwangenzi senyumiriza mu bugaga wange zene nyumirizanga mukwe wagulu tukuyimusa echitiwa chamawanga Yesu tukuyimusa musiona Yesu tukuyimusa gwe mutonzi gwe mulokozi zenenyu mirisanga mukwe. Only God, only God. Hi, yeah, I'm Elizabeth Kengonzi. You're very welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. If this is not your first time to be here and you've already subscribed before, feel free to comment, to give me any of your ideas. What do you think? When you watch my videos, what do you think? Is there like a point? Do you feel it's helpful? Is there any question you have about relationships? My channel is strictly about relationships, our relationships with God, with each other, with our friends, with our relatives, with our romantic partners, with our loved ones, with our children, our relationships. And I truly believe if we have healthy relationships, we are healthier people and we contribute a great deal to our society and to our community and to the world at large because of healthy relationships. So please let me know. What do you think? What are your views? What are your questions, if any? Yeah, so in this video, okay, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting very distracted. Yeah, someone recently asked me a question. Yeah, like, you know how we are encouraged a lot to speak to other people about our problems, that a problem shared is half solved, blah blah blah. And this is somebody who had been burnt poorly, like really poorly. She shared with someone who escalated things to all over the place, and she's now in a fix whereby she doesn't know what to say anymore, yet something's really eat her up and she would want to. So I felt like this is something we could actually share about, especially for us women who are married. We tend to either choose the extreme of silence, whereby you keep quiet and something really bites you in the bum, like something until you're exploding or collapsing on the verge of suicide. That's when you'll come out and speak, and we think we are protecting ourselves and protecting our marriages. Yeah, so I wanted to address that. And if you have any compliments, any ideas, anything else to add, please feel free. Sorry, I'm distracted by this. I need to put it down. Yeah, so in my view, in my honest opinion, I feel like some of us are made in such a way that you can't just keep things on the inside. It eats you up a lot more when you keep it on the inside, and sometimes there's that need to just pour out. You see, the example is these streams which flow, most streams that actually have an input and don't have an output tend to stink. Like where water either just comes in and that's it, it just stays there, doesn't go out. They tend to smell so badly. But those ones which have an input and an output are so good because they keep refreshing themselves and are fresh. And those ones which have an output and no input, they also dry up so quickly and die. So I do believe life is like that, whereby if you have, because we have inputs from everywhere, we have things that come and feed us, but we need to also get places to actually put out. So that is the sharing I'm speaking about. But if you don't speak to the right people, you can actually, it's a suicide to your relationships. It's a suicide to your marriage, to your love, to your partner, to everything. So who should we speak to? Friends are very beautiful, friends are amazing, but be very careful who you share with, especially when it's negative things. I say especially negative things. Even good things, we need to sieve who we speak to, because sometimes you'll attract jealous, you'll attract envy, you'll attract enmity, depending on how immature the recipient is, or in how misconstrued their conception of, I don't even know how to say it, but the way someone receives the message you're sending out matters. If they receive it poorly, you could end up doing more harm to yourself than good. So even positive things, we need to sieve and sort who we speak to. But negative things, most especially, I want to highlight that a lot. Be very careful who you share with, because people manipulate these things and people take them. I'll give you an example really. If I have an argument with my husband, an argument could be as petty as I don't know, it can be very, very small. And then I take all that anger and I share with it with a friend of mine. The way she conceives it could be very different. Me, I'm just sharing to put something off of my chest, but all of a sudden she could exaggerate it and start to spread it as if we are getting a breakup, we are almost divorcing. For some who are evil enough, she'll start even scheming to start and, you know, cut corners so that she comes and be a better person too. My spouse. So I need us to be very, very careful who we share with, because people talk. The way you go talk to them, they also talk to others. Are you willing to put that power of secrecy into someone else's hands? You see, so be careful with friends. Try your level best not to share too much with friends, especially negative stuff. Okay, some of us feel like we are not being honest because I'm talking about nice stuff. Why should I only tell them nice things and I don't tell them some bad things? Bad things are very relative. There are things which you will say, and this applies, well, this whole video applies to your own common sense. If you have it, please use it. It's things you need to sieve. There's me coming and telling you, can you believe that guy bought me this and it did not fit? That's a complaint, yes. But that's a complaint which might never damage my what? My family. That's a complaint which might never, okay, at least for the man I know I'm married to, that is a complaint that cannot damage our relationship. So you need to use a lot of common sense. Some people, the same complaint, someone else can say it, and the moment they hear it, they start to feel insecure about their relationship with you. And all of a sudden, you're fighting over it every day. All of a sudden, trust has been lost. All of a sudden, so I want us to sieve. I want us to know that, number one, know your person. Number two, be very careful. If possible, avoid sharing too much with your friends. Friends. Please avoid. Because you also put them in a very bad dilemma. The dilemma you put them in is to decide. Some of these friends you find friends with both of you. For instance, I have very many friends who are friends to me and my husband. So when I go to one of them and I pour my heart out, speaking all this negative stuff, I'm putting that friend in a dilemma of them choosing between me and him, which no friend deserves to be in. So let's be very careful. If possible, we need to pause overburdening our friends, and we need to not be selfish by oversharing with them, especially challenges of our relationships, of our marriage. Number two, our relatives. Relatives, please, if possible, try your level best not to share with relatives your challenges. Relatives are amazing, but you have to always remember that for them, they are seeing it in a one-sided view. One-sided. For instance, if I went to my mother right now and I complained about my husband, the only lens she sees everything in, no matter how much she loves my husband, she sees it in my lens, because she is my mother. At the end of the day, I'm her baby girl. You get it, Even if I tell her he slapped me, for the rest of our marriage, she'll always think of him as someone who is slapping me on a daily. Even when I tell her things are fine, she will imagine I'm hiding it. I've planted that in her head. Do you see? So we are killing our spouses' images in our relatives and in our friends by sharing too much of the negativity. These days on social media and everywhere, you just hear people complain. Man, there are people who complain and you even wonder what they're still doing in the marriage. They will complain about every single aspect of the relationship. So, but you're putting all this negativity, you're putting all this dirty jazz out there. What do you think you're doing in people? People's image of your spouse is dying and they will never forget. You'll fall in love again when you forgive him. But for us, every time we see you, we shall be seeing the quarrel you posted on social media. Every time we see you, shall see the negativity you're jazzing us. So we need to be very careful as we share most of these things, especially with our relatives. Be very, very sensitive about these things. Whereas if you flip, one thing I've learned, if I flip the complaint, for instance, if my husband does something and I go share with his mom, that's my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, she's an amazing woman. God, please bless my mother-in-law. She's an amazing person. Yeah, so if I go and share with her, like, do you know my husband is doing this and this? She's the kind of person who like immediately take it on, like, what? You know, I'll speak to him. Let's see. Because this is her son. She will never tell it to anybody. She will handle it herself, but she will handle it with so much delicacy. Delicateness. Delicateness. Everything sounds wrong. Anyway, she'll be so delicate about it that it will not spread very badly. It will not, you see. So we've made a pact with my husband that when it comes to relatives, I report him to his, he reports me to mine. Does that make sense? For instance, if I do something really, really gross, instead of him running to his mom, he runs to my mom, because my mom will know the best way to handle me. And we should never be offended that he went to my mom and I went to his. That's a pact we've made. And I thank God so far it's working out so well. Too well, I would say. Because sometimes it just threatens, I'll call your mom. And I be in order very quickly because my mother. Yeah, my mother. God bless my mom because she still can whoop me very well. Yeah, she doesn't take nonsense. She's a lovely woman when you see her, but she doesn't allow nonsense. Yeah, so I like that aspect, but one thing I'm learning so quickly is that relatives are also equally as dangerous as telling friends about the negative things of your relationship. That's what is working for us. I don't know what is working for you. Please, if you're doing something that is working for you in your relationship, comment down here. As we've learned that it's best you keep quiet from relatives, but if at all you have to, and it's really too much, instead of you dying with it, I rather go to his relatives, who is specifically his mom and dad. You see, there's no point in me going to the whole clan and you're not telling them about his dirty this and that. So it's either I tell his dad and mom or he tells my dad and mom. Then the other aspect that I would like to address is that children, if you have children, please try your level best to protect them as much as possible from sharing your spouse's negativity. But who should you go to? I'm talking a lot about don't go here, don't go here. Who should you go to? Number one, I've shared with you. You could crisscross like us, how we do. If it comes to relatives, go to the relatives of your spouse, so that you seek guidance, because they've known them longer, they've raised them, they know them in and out, they could approach it differently. Number two, we need to go to mentors. Guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. Each couple, you inclusive, whether it's your future couple, if it's a current couple, it's a marriage, we need to have mentors. We need to have couples that we run to, couples that we trust, couples that are not biased, preferably not relatives, couples that are close to us, that can journey with us in the journey of marriage. And these are the kinds of people you can run to and pour everything to comfortably. Mentors are in two forms. We have spiritual directors, spiritual people who can guide us spiritually. And these are like priests, brothers. Generally, I don't know what where your denomination of prayer is, but these are religious leaders who we could run to. That's one form of mentorship. This sometimes journey with us as individuals or journey with us as couples. But there's another form of mentorship which I actually also emphasize on, is mentorship whereby as a couple, husband and wife, you have a husband and wife who are mentoring you in this journey. I emphasize husband and wife because sometimes women and men, we bring different perspectives to the problems. I've seen this a lot with our mentors. We shall go with an issue and the issue is so hot and burning. And then when we sit down with our mentors, all of a sudden the husband has his perspective, the wife has his perspective, and we both gain from that. So we need mentors. It's never too late. And if the mentors you have not worked or you're not comfortable for some reason, it's never too late or too early to get new ones. We need to get people, number one, who are married, who get the concept of marriage. We need to get people who have similar principles, at least closely. For instance, as our very basic principle for getting mentors, we need people who are the same religion as us, because most of the principles in the Catholic Church they need lots of discipline. We needed Catholics, a Catholic couple. We needed people older than us with more experience, not older in age, but older experience than us. So if we are married, right now we're going to make 7 years. If we are married 7 years, we need a couple which is older than us, at least 8-10 years, that's older than us. Then we need a couple that actually is willing to mentor us, is not too busy, which is very, very hard to get. That's why you need to do your research and you need to agree. And then we needed a couple we both of us, not one of us, but me and my husband both respect. The reason for this is you need to give each other permission to go to these people at any time. My husband has given me permission. I can report with them anything. You guys, do you know anything? I can run to them on silly stuff, medium stuff, heavy, big stuff, suicidal stuff. I can go to them. I mean suicidal, like big kinds of things which can, So you need people that you can run to at any time. And these people need to know, it's actually like also a dating process whereby you go to them, ask them, can you mentor us? They say yes. After they've said yes, you start the journey and continually keep updating each other. Some of these things can get so tricky depending on how the year is going for you and them and you and them. So you need to keep in constant touch, whether it's 6 months, whether it's virtually or physically, whether it's a year plus, but you need to keep in touch and you need mentors for specifically these reasons. Each couple, guys, each couple needs mentors. People you can speak to, people who can guide you, people who can reason with you. 3/4 of the drama we have in marriage are solvable things, but you just need fresh eyes. When you sit with people who are not involved in the issue, they'll give you a perspective that's fresh. It's not that they are gods. At the end of the day, the solution is between you and your husband, But at least they give you a fresh perspective. They're like, Liz, now this is your insecurity speaking. It is not about your husband. Liz, aren't you really projecting? But sincerely, I think now this is correct. Liz is correct here. What do you think about this and this? So we need mentors, we need mentors, we need mentors. We need spiritual directors as much as we need mentors. Please don't journey alone, because journeying alone, you end up exploding to the wrong people. That is how we find you on social media when you put all your drama. Why? Because you suffocated it too much and now it's eating you up and you're exploding at the wrong time, the wrong place, to the wrong people. All we shall do on social media is just to attack you. You get? We attack you and we say all the wrong things. So I'm encouraging a young couple out there, please get mentors. Get mentors. Get mentors and pray about them. Get people that get it. Get people that understand you. Get people that are willing to be available for you. And availability doesn't mean every day. And availability is both ways. You're available for them, they're available for you. And both of you have to be willing to journey together. So please, please do not share with the wrong people. I don't know how much I can say this, but please do not share with the wrong people. No matter how tight these girls get close to you, the moment you start sharing your dirty stuff, they keep feeding on it. feeding on it. It's just in our nature, human beings. Feed on it, feed on it, feed on it, feed on it. So get people you trust. Someone you're sure will never say anything you've shared with them. They'll only help you and journey with you. God bless you guys. This video is long, but it's worth it. Share with the right people. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Bye. See you in my next video.